Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Wolverine Patch and Joe Fixit 2-pack. Now Patch is Wolverine undercover, and Joe Fixit is the Hulk under certain circumstances. They're both in white suits. I'm a sucker for suited action figures, so these guys are right up my alley. I can use Wolverine as a guy named Patch in my action figure world, and then the Hulk here will have a great place in my Solomon Grundy shelf. I got this thing from Amazon.com, so let's take a look. As you can see, warning at the top, Marvel Legends, ages 4+, from the Wolverine comics, I believe number 8, Hasbro. If I'm not mistaken, I believe McFarlane actually drew this comic. Marvel's Patch, 50 years, and Joe Fixit. One side of the package got Wolverine, other side Joe Fixit. On the back, the two of them post up. Marvel Legends, recreating the comic cover, and then here's the actual cover down here. At the bottom, there is the barcode, if that helps anybody. So no further ado, let's open it up. Alright, now that these figures out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out. Wolverine has clawed hands and no clawed hands, 2 heads, and then the Hulk here, or Joe Fixit, has 2 heads and 4 hands. Before I tell you all that, let's talk about and check out the figures. So this is Patch and Joe Fixit. It's really Wolverine and the Hulk, but Wolverine uses the identity Patch as sort of a secret identity. He puts an eye patch on and goes undercover. I don't know about you, but the hair is kind of a dead giveaway. And then Joe Fixit here is sort of another personality of the Hulk. Originally the Hulk was supposed to be gray, but for some reason they had to make it green, some sort of ink problem. And Stan Lee, at one point, used some sort of gamma radiation or something and turned him gray as sort of an homage to what he originally wanted him to look like. And later, the Gray Hulk was sort of redesigned as he had some sort of brain injury or something like that. And Joe Fixit essentially was another personality where he's a Las Vegas sort of brute or henchman. And then these two guys meet up in that type of scenario. Kind of gimmicky, but also kind of cool at the same time. And they make for some pretty cool stories in the Marvel Universe. In this video, we're going to take a look at each of the figures. We'll check out their accessories, height, and articulation. We'll compare them with a bunch of other action figures, and I'll let you know what I think. So let's go and start off with Wolverine. So here's Wolverine, Logan, currently known as Patch. He has his eye patch on. He's undercover. I remember a story where the X-Men died, and Wolverine sort of came back to life because of his healing regeneration, and he kept his patch on so people would not know the X-Men were still around. He's in this white, sort of classy suit. Just makes me think casino. Like I said, yeah, the patch kind of makes him look a little different, but my god, the hair is a dead giveaway. Bow tie, white suit, white shirt. He's got the claws out. Double jointed knees, double jointed elbows. He's a pretty short figure overall, but that's accurate to Wolverine or Logan. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Looks good. Looks like Wolverine. Logan, no problem here. I think it's very well done. And here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 4 of them. 2 right hands and 2 left hands. One set of hands has the claws on and one has the claws off. Now I prefer when they do it this way than when they have the claws removable into the hand. Sometimes they don't stand very securely and it makes it a lot less fun. Now I do wish he also had a pair of gripping hands, and that way he could hold some playing cards at a casino table. Here he is, with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here's his second pair of hands. These have the claws out. Now let's look at his heads. He has 2 of them, one with a regular expression, and one with sort of a half smile. Here's his first head. This one has the normal expression, looks kind of angry, typical Wolverine. And here's his second head. This one has the half smile, looks like he just won that hand of poker. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, now for his height. From bottom to the top of his head, staying at about 5.75 inches tall, which can translate to about 14.5 centimeters. He's on the short side of things, but that's accurate to Logan. He's a shorter character. And now for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, it can rotate side to side. He can look up, that far, down, decent amount. Can tilt his head a little bit from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out a little bit more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. And it's a little tough, but there it goes all the way in. His wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged. His torso, I think he has an ab crunch in here, but it's pretty much useless with this jacket. Ball joint in the waist, rotate around, forward and back. Legs, completely does the splits, ball joints in there. They go forward, about that far, might make it a little rough to get him sitting down. He's got thigh cut, double jointed knees, and his ankles, forward and back, tilt, rock, rotation as well. Here he is, next to another Wolverine patch figure that I have. This was a Wolverine Marvel Legends figure that came with a motorcycle. He had two heads, one with a patch, one without, but the head without the patch looks so bad. I've always had this one as a patch Wolverine. Now, I love Marvel, and X-Men is pretty much my favorite Marvel property, but I don't collect traditional Marvel Legends figures. I just don't open that can of worms. My collection is too large as it is, so I only really get Marvel Legends figures that are in civilian attire and I can use as background characters, or ones that I just really like. So, I have no Wolverines in suit, but a ton out of the suit. And here he is, next to another Logan Wolverine out of the suit, based off the comics, younger version. Then, with a couple of Old Man Logan figures. And now, with a couple of Logan figures from the first X-Men film. And finally, with another Old Man Logan figure, Hugh Jackman from the movie Logan. Now let's take a look at Joe Fixit, or the Hulk, or Solomon Grundy, or whatever you use this guy for. This is Hulk with a gray skin, that personality Joe Fixit that surfaces from time to time. He's in a white, classy, fancy suit. He's usually an enforcer, almost like a mop enforcer. So let's take a look. Large, deluxe, oversized figure. Face sculpt looks good. Almost no expression. Almost looks kind of sad. Hell, look, almost looks kind of like E.T. He's got short hair, shave below. Typical sort of enforcer looking guy, although he almost looks like one of the Three Stooges. Bow tie, white jacket, white shirt, big thick arms, single jointed knees, single jointed elbows. As a whole, he looks good. It looks very similar to the Joe Fixit they've released before. I bet it's the same body. We'll check that out shortly. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. I would say very well done. Sculpt, paint job, excellent. And here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now for his accessories, starting off with his hands. He has a total of 4 of them, 2 right hands, and 2 left hands. Here he is, with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here he is, with his second pair of hands. His right hand is a gripping hand, and his left hand is a grabbing hand. Now let's look at his heads. He has one with a pretty normal, plain expression, and then one with an angry, open-mouthed expression. Here's his first head. This one has the normal expression. And then his second head. This one has the angry expression. Now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top, about 8.1, maybe 8.2 inches tall, which is going to translate to about 20.5 centimeters. And now for his articulation. Start with his head, ball joint, rotate side to side, up and down a little bit. Can't really tilt his head. Shoulders, also on a ball joint, goes out less than 90 degrees. Up, down, around. No bicep cut. Single jointed elbow with rotation. The wrist can rotate, and it's hinged, although not getting a lot out of that. Torso is probably one solid piece, can't really tell with the jacket. Ball joint in the waist, rotate around, forward and back. Legs, they go out about that far. Ball joints, they go forward about that much. Back, not much. He's got thigh cut, single jointed knee, once again, with rotation. Then his ankle, forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock, just the tiniest bit. Here he is. Next most recent Gray Hulk that I've gotten. This came in a 2-pack with Bruce Banner. I don't believe this one's Joe Fixit. I think this was the original version we turned into the Gray Hulk, which was later sort of adapted into Joe Fixit. And here he is, next to a couple more recent Joe Fixit figures. This is a Walmart exclusive release. I got 2 of these guys with the intent to make one, repaint him into flesh colors, and use him as Rhino. Muggsy and Rhino are 2 of Scarface and Ventriloquist's top henchmen in the Batman universe. Just repainting his hands and face would be enough, although I seem like I'm never actually get around to doing this. This is the figure that I'm currently using as a fill-in for Rhino, but I want one in a suited body, and that gives me 4 different gray Hulk figures. One of them I'm eventually going to repaint to Rhino, and I'm going to put the other 3 onto my Solomon Grundy shelf. Now, this is not the only Hulk figure I've ever gotten to use in my Batman world. Here he is with 3 other Hulk figures, all customized. On the far left, we have a Hulk figure that was turned into Amygdala. Amygdala is a giant, oversized, brute, dumb Batman villain. And on the right-hand side, we have both Blockbuster 1 and Blockbuster 2. Blockbuster 1 made from a Hulk figure, and Blockbuster 2 was actually made from a Joe Fixit figure. I was also curious which parts were reused from the large Marvel Legends Kingpin figure. Here are 2 different versions. And to my surprise, nothing is reused. They could have easily reused at least the arms and the legs, but they're even new sculpts. Very nice. They could have just made a new torso, popped the old arms and legs on, save some money sculpting them. Impressive, Hasbro. Now this Joe Fixit is going to go into my Solomon Grundy shelf. But when I saw him, I thought he could make a really good custom to buy as well. Here's one of those Kingpin figures that has been turned into a custom to buy as well. Another Batman villain. This is sort of based off his look in Beware the Batman. Here's a look at my entire Solomon Grundy collection. Grundy, sort of a gray-skinned zombie-type creature in the Batman world. He's usually oversized. Very similar to this gray Hulk or Joe Fixit. And this is how my Solomon Grundy collection is going to look. Add in these gray-skinned Hulk figures, and they work for fill-ins for Solomon Grundy, and double up as Hulk, Gray Hulk, Joe Fixit, whatever I need, and some future customizing parts. Awesome collection. Now let's switch to a bar-type scene or setup. We've got Patch and Joe Fixit in this local bar. A closer look at the table, where Patch is facing a bunch of different Marvel villains at a game of poker. Up close, Patch getting pissed off, pulls out his claws. You can see the background. We've got other characters drinking, chatting. Here at the bar, more people doing the same. Now let's check them out. Next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how they fit in, both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix them with. Since they're Hasbro Marvel Legends, they're typically the 6-inch scale. I'm going to start my comparisons with some of the smaller action figure lines I collect, and work way larger. But first, let's check them out with some of their Hasbro brothers. Here they are, next to several other Hasbro Marvel Legends figures. Then, next to some more of their Hasbro brothers, some Hasbro figures from Fortnite, G.I. Joe Classified, and Power Rangers. And now, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures, and some SH Figure Arts action figures. Here they are, next to a hot dog bun. And here they are, with some Mafex and Mattel DC figures. Then, with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures. And now, with some Mezco and NECA figures. Next, with some DC Direct and McFarlane toys. And finally, with some DST, Diamond Select toys, and some Jakks-specific wrestling figures. So overall, this is a fantastic action figure set. The figures look great, nice, classy, dress-up. They're working at a casino, trying to infiltrate the mob, etc., etc. Both the figures look very sharp. Sculpt, paint job, excellent, no issues there. Articulation's pretty good. Standard Marvel Legends. Their accessories, a little bit on the weak side. It's really just a couple heads, couple hands. I wouldn't mind some playing cards or something else a little more appropriate for this specific action figure set. It's a really cool set. If I were to rate the set as a whole, probably going to give it an 8 out of 10. Very well done, looks good, and I like them in hand. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.